is because the concept of bottled water struck Duncan as being something that is almost universal in the UK. You can buy it in every train station, you can get it in every airport, you can get it in Boots and WH Smith. It's absolutely ubiquitous, it's everywhere. And what we're asking you to do as a company is not to change the way that you live, it's not to have a huge, life-changing, life-altering decision and to do everything different. All we're asking you to do is, if you're drinking bottled water, choose to drink this brand rather than another brand. And by doing so, you will be able to affect a change in thousands of people's lives. And I think that is a lovely idea. I mean, when I started at London, there's an awful lot of talk about, is it good to make a difference? I'd like to be helpful. I'd like to do something that's really positive. And for some reason, a lot of people seem to put that down as somehow being a bad idea. And I just think it's a fantastic idea. I think it's a really nice, simple, and positive thing to do, to approach life and say, do you know what? Instead of doing something that's just going to generate cash, I'm going to do something that might help someone. Well, I also generate cash. I have no problem with generating cash. Business is a great thing. It's what makes this country work and tick over. It's what pays your salaries and gets your houses. But all we're saying is, can you make an active consumer decision to change from one brand to another to try and help other people? And that's all we're trying to get to. So, that picture is me about 7 months ago. I know we've been talking about leadership, and we've been talking about passion, and we've been talking about how you can step forward and really drive to become the next entrepreneurs that will help change Scotland and help change the UK. I think, what the vast majority of people who are working around the country did, which is I finished university and I started looking for a job. And I found a job with someone that had employed me when I had been a trainee in my university holidays. And so I got a job working in the booze industry. I was working for Diageo, the biggest multinational drinks companies. And it was great. And I did that for a while. And then I moved to another drinks company called Maxia. And I was working in London. And it was great, and I was quite enjoying myself. And then I got promoted, and I became a national account manager, and we had a little team working for us. I suddenly sat there and realised, 7 years after starting down a career path, that what I was doing was exactly the same stuff every day. There was no challenge, there was no difference. I knew what was coming onto my desk every month. I knew that the team would be able to pick it up. I could hit my targets. And I just had one of those moments where I was beginning to think that I was lost. I wasn't driving to where I was trying to get to. And then I was offered a really big promotion, and I was offered to look after Aftershock for the whole of the UK. I don't know if you know Aftershock, the shooter brand. Lovely. I had a bit of an issue with that. I just had a crisis of confidence. I couldn't handle the idea that I would be selling something that I thought was basically repulsive. And I needed a kick up the arse, and it came, and it was totally unexpected. It was supposed to be a great promotion, and everyone was very happy for it. And I just sat there going, my God, what am I doing? And I think inspiration can sometimes come from the strangest of places, is what Ken said this morning. Absolutely, my inspiration came to getting offered a promotion that I just didn't want. And it just made me stop and stick my head over a parapet and look around and say, what is out there? What do I want to do? I was brought up living across Africa, and then I found Duncan, and I found OneWater. And I think the big thing for me about coming to a conference here and seeing all of these people, you're all sitting there looking to the future and saying, what am I going to do? Just remember to keep on looking while you're there. Don't get lost and go down a path, otherwise you end up just like I did, doing a job. It was good fun, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't doing anything for me. It wasn't making me feel anything. And sometimes you really do have to pick it up and look outside where you were standing. Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay. A lot of people have talked about challenge, and a lot of people have talked about how you can step forward and how you can make a difference. I thought I'd do something slightly different, and I thought I would actually give you a challenge that you had to participate in, if you want to. So, I sat down with James, and we ran through and said, what did we do? And we thought about this for a second, and we said, I tell you what, OneWater actually does very well in Scotland in terms of businesses. World Bank of Scotland, for instance, use us in their offices. We do very well in that sort of office-based environment. We're doing quite well in the supermarket, which go into Tesco's.